Hot Wheels segment. Take
Well,
one.
it's not Hot Wheels, it's Power Wheels.
Power Wheels, I'm sorry.
And no,
get them wrong.
it's not the same thing.
Monster Truck, Power Wheels, Hot Wheels. That's Jamie's job.
That's my life.
That's your life. So we got this.
The viewers don't actually know that I actually collect Hot Wheels for our son. I have thousands.
Maybe we'll show them.
One day maybe I'll show him. It's pretty insane. But I have thousands, and it's not even the opened ones that he plays with on a regular basis. I am a Hot Wheels mom, meaning I go to all the stores and I search through the Hot Wheels.
A connoisseur of
Yes.
sorts. So, we bought Power Wheels for a little man fairly early. It's a joke. He was like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And our local Toys R Us, I don't know if you guys have them in your area, we're going out of business. So they had these guys on display, like $400 or $600 Power Wheels for like $150 each. So I bought 2, which made me look like a jerk because they were closing out a Toys R Us. So people were there with their children and they were getting like board games. And I was pushing 2 Power Wheels up.
And a Strider bike.
And a Strider bike, I got him. And I've never felt so awful buying something for my child. But people were like tugging on their dads, like, and they'd look at me like, and I'm like, oh, was I supposed to make a store-wide announcement that no one should go near the... Anyway, that's me rambling. So, obviously, display item, battery's completely dead. Charger actually works. I use it for the motorcycles and the cars. I wired one of those 2 plug connectors on it for motorcycles and cars. It works great. But the batteries are dead, and they're like $60 to $75.
Yeah.
And they're kind of big and annoying because you can't just roll this car up and plug it in. You have to take the battery out, plug it, I don't know. So I was like, I got this great idea. Why don't I put Milwaukee batteries on them? I have a ton of Milwaukee tools. So I was like, well, someone probably thought of this already. And I looked, and a guy on eBay, and I think on Amazon, 3D prints these. And they're exactly what you think. They come with spade connectors, and they accept M18 batteries. And they lock and unlock, and it even says positive and negative. I don't know if you can...
Oh, this chair is squeaky again. Everyone's going to say it's my stomach. Yep, see it.
Yeah, I got to spray it one day, but who cares?
Yeah.
So, really awesome that anything you need, like car or whatever, or anything they can accept 12 to 18 or 24 volts, which is a lot of items self-regulate. So what's neat is this is a 12 volt Power Wheels. So putting it to 18 volts increases performance. So one neat thing you can do is, we had talked about this, you can put 2 of these in and you can put 2 batteries in and you can wire, I always get it wrong, parallel or series. So one of them you're just increasing the capacity. So say your kid drives it a lot, you could put 2 5 amp hour batteries in and they would have 10 amp hours of battery life, right? Or you could wire it so that the 18 volts add together and you have like 36 volts. Which would surely just melt and destroy wiring, and if it doesn't, probably just strip all the gearboxes because they're plastic as far as I know. So it's nice to have the 12 volt one in my opinion. I have no experience with this at all because you're only going up a few volts. If you have a 6 volt and you put 18 volt on it, you're probably going to break it first time you use it, is my guess. Anyway, so what we have is the Porsche that Jamie and her friend painted. It was red and very scratched up from being on the shelf.
And ugly red.
Ugly red, of course. So the battery compartment is in the front.
I forgot to put the sticker on it.
We'll put Zeus clips on it. So here's the battery connector, and it even says positive and minus, and this says positive and minus, and this says positive and minus. So we're thinking it should be very straightforward. I'm also thinking we'll just put 1 in here because we have another whole Power Wheels.
Didn't we hardwire it in when I drove it in the yard?
We didn't know if this Power Wheels even worked or if I would have to do diagnostic work or fix it. So what I did was I just took like this guy and some decent gauge wire and I set it here and I shoved the wires in here. I cut like a 1-foot long thing and I shoved them in and I reached in and I'm like, boop, boop, and the wheels were spinning and I'm like, oh, everything works. And you were doing something, I called you out and I'm like, hey, so you took it for a spin around the backyard and you're like, this is actually pretty fast.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
For a little kid, it's going to be pretty wild. So as soon as we verified that everything worked is around the time when I looked up these, and I think I showed them in a video, but I just bought these on my own. No obligatory sponsorships or YouTube freebies on that. I think it was 20 bucks for the pair, which is incredibly reasonable, and they seem pretty hard. So I figure we're gonna spend a little bit of time figuring out the easiest way to drop the battery in and out, and then we'll cut and crimp the wires and put it on and rip the battery in and out and see if it works. I say we put it in the front because it'll be easy to nut and bolt it. Because I think if we screw it in and if it rips out, it's hard to fix it on the back side.
Yeah.
Maybe you can reach under? Not as
No.
easy. Here to here would probably be very easy. So, just like any other Milwaukee tool, the battery will drop in. What's cool is if the battery dies, you take it out, drop another one in for your kid, throw this on I have 3 chargers. So, humble brag, must be nice. Hashtag Milwaukee sponsored, hashtag
Not Milwaukee sponsored.
not Milwaukee sponsored. For 1 hour I was sponsored by Milwaukee. Anyway, that's all that. So, I guess we'll cut and then we'll figure out a good mounting location and come back. Maybe we'll make Jamie drill some holes. Put in some screws. Okay, so the only things we did was Jamie put stickers front and back, which we'll show then. And then all I had to do was, I have these Harbor Freight like miscellaneous M8, M5, whatever bolt set. The holes were a little small, so I just drilled them a tiny bit to fit the bolts that I want to put in to bolt this thing in. I want it to be pretty secure. I thought about doing like pop rivets, but I thought sometimes a rivet will pull so tight it'll break plastic. So I'm going to do this. We're going to give it a whirl. I drilled them out a little bit to fit the head. You can see it sits flush so the battery can slide in. Just had to open them up a little bit. So what we're going to do next is just do the wiring. I've never really done it, but we're just going to go for it. I got 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so black is ground. That's fairly easy, right?
I would hope so.
White is positive. I'll be asking in 2 seconds. You know how good my memory is. Alright, so we'll do positive first. And we'll crimp it on there.
Where's all my nice crimping tools you have?
Oh, they're all out there.
Oh.
This doesn't need really anything super fancy. I'm actually going to cut it. Make a little mess. I'm going to vacuum all this. So, crimp this end in slightly. Maybe I should get my big boy crimpers.
I wonder what I was just talking about.
This has like the weird. I wonder if it'll. Let me get the other ones. I thought those would be okay, but I want it to be a tighter crimp. Everybody should have a pair of these Super Smashers. Everybody always has that like this is a much nicer small wire multi-crimper or whatever. Everybody has those ones that split and don't work and are
Yeah, the
garbage.
ones with the red handles usually. They usually have
Garbage.
red handles.
This you can just destroy someone's house with, these things. Yeah, look, even smush my connector all over. Perfect, wonderful. And that gets crimped on the jacket for like a strain relief. I'll try to be gentle. Okay, so that's ready. I make sure not to interrupt my locking pin here. So this says positive. It goes farther in, or is my crimp interfering? This is all nice stuff you learn the first time you do this. So this guy just has to come in a little bit, I think. Can you see from over there?
A little bit.
That's it. Ta-da! So there's
There,
the
I
lead.
zoomed in.
There's the lead. It's locked. And then we'll do the next one. It just has to be real shallow because it has this. I don't know if people can see this.
I'm zoomed in, so. It's not focusing.
Here, go all the way out. No, this way. Yeah, see?
I can't see anything.
Yep, I'm showing them. Ta-da! So you don't need much wire exposure at all. I wonder what they recommend to use as a crimper for this. Probably these guys. Okay, so maybe we'll even, yeah, it just pulls right out. Garbage. There's not enough meat and potatoes here to crimp it nice. I might solder it. Solder it. Usually you want much more overlapping, but anyway. Okay, I'm happier with that. This guy's the negative. It's in and it clipped, so we can put the little battery on it quick. Nope, no fire. Not yet. What's it in? Does it have drive and reverse? Oh, it does.
Yeah, it does. There's a little shifter inside.
Dang. Reverse? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stereo.
There's an auxiliary plug for it too. The steering wheel needs to be tightened.
A little bit. People were just ripping on it at the store, so.
Yeah, it was a display model, so kids were just like jumping all over it.
That's cool. So that's literally it. And then you just gotta mount this, which we're gonna do next. We'll figure it out and we'll come right back. So anyway,
Drilled
wind it up.
holes.
What's that?
You drilled the 3 holes.
Yeah, I wind it up and I forgot a ratchet, but I did remember a ratcheting wrench. So we got 2 snuggies. We got 1 more to go. This one I kind of drilled out crappy, so we won't.
It looks like it keeps spinning.
This one could use a larger nut and bolt. I drilled out the bottom too much, but it'll help support it. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, right? So we put the big boy in here. Nice. You can pop it out. Done. Want to take it
All
for a
done.
spin?
It's raining out.
In here?
No, you can. There's no room in here. We're in an office.
So that's it. Pretty easy, right?
Yeah, what did it take? 15 minutes?
Yeah, we just gotta vacuum and it's done.
Yeah.
Milwaukee battery, FTW. I guess we'll report back when we have a medium-sized little person driving this thing and see what kind of usage it gets. But that's it.
Oh, this is great. Can you reach the gas pedal?
I use my hands. Where is it? Oh wow, yeah, I would never be able to. Are you ready?
Yep.
Oh, just spins.
Okay.
It brakes hard too.